first startup I've done is also in China. We actually get funded by VCs as well. So my background is always in technology, product, and corporate and banking. So during my employment with the bank, following through with the latest technology in the market, I discovered blockchain. But the problem of in the bank, blockchain is always hard to be implemented because the banks are very slow to change. I'm sure that if any one of you work in a big company, you will understand that making any change to a big company such as banks are very hard. Because of this, I realized that if I really wanted to make a change to the real world, to implement a useful working blockchain product to the market and to disrupt the industry, I need to come out to find a good team to work together with me to develop something that is used by the market and by the businesses. My distributed public computing protocol 3.0. Right. So I just want to explain a little bit of what is the problem with the current technologies, what are the limitations, so and explain where do I came from, why do I think that this is a very important problem to solve. If you look at it, the traditional current limitation of the blockchain protocol in the market, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, all of them are actually single layered and flat. If any miners or anybody who hosts a lot of token, even in the POS, they will actually get the most reward in the early adopting. But when communities start to grow in a network, the problem is that the users or the miners or the token holders for in the network and community will get less reward compared to the early adopters. So this is actually not very useful to promote and to enable late joiners to feel motivated to stay on with the network. So that is the first problem. And of course, because of the current technology itself, without the good research, for example, as we know, Ethereum has more than 1 year now, and they still have not properly developed the implemented sharding. And that is actually a bottleneck in decentralization to the performance of the protocol. And of course, a lot of crypto projects, as you know, actually only stay in concept stage, and they never grow beyond just a white paper. A lot of projects have died. So that is actually what I found out and what I realized in my experience of in the blockchain industry. So personally, I have also invested in a lot of ICO projects. I see where the problem is. And because I'm also a product manager, I want to solve this problem. And of course, if you look at the second problem, dApps are actually difficult to commercialize. If you can see right now, a lot of tech teams are actually creating new protocols such as a million TPS. They want to create something to solve the problem of speed by beating Visa, by beating all this banking speed. But the problem is a lot of all these developers and programmers, they are very academic. They only care about solving the problem of the technology, but without understanding of how to solve the problem of businesses and enterprise. As you know, in the blockchain industry, a lot of us are actually have invested our time, our resources, our money into the blockchain industry space, in the crypto, but it has never evolved beyond just the technology and investment. We need to encourage developers, communities, and enterprise to adopt this technology so that the market will continue to grow. But make no mistake, we know that looking at US, looking at a lot of space in the Europe and in America, a lot of big companies and enterprise such as Facebook, Libra, Goldman actually have announced their own token as well. More than 200 to 300 enterprises actually have adopted or custodian their money into Coinbase as well. So a lot of all these big companies are actually adopting into crypto space, but it's just not reflected into the price. But this is the highlight. Yao Network wanted to do a dual layer POS with binary system to ensure that there is a differences between the compute and POS layer to the smart contract of different networks out there. They're actually close to their own. There's less development as well. We wanted to be one of the leading blockchain as a service for enterprise using open platform. Just imagine GitHub. We wanted to introduce the model of referral economy to the blockchain industry. As I mentioned, there's a layer 1 and layer 2. To give an explanation on here, how it works. This is where the community stands. Yao Computing Node Community. This is the foundation. We will start with 8 Genesis Yao node. There's only going to be 8, the original protocol. And every original node, there's only possible to have 2 nodes under them. This is similar to the mining pool, except that this is to encourage this first Genesis node to continue to encourage and build upon their own community. So imagine that this is the node number 1 and this is node number 2. Node number 1 could actually contribute to the mining and to the POS, to the computing, but they were actually able to focus on what they are good in. For example, they could actually focus on financial calculations for the node 1. For the node 2, they could actually focus on something that is what they are specializing. And for this node, if they are able to contribute power to ensure that the network is secure, this node will get the most reward. I'll explain later about how the reward works. And if, for example, the node number 2 here, if they actually decided that, hey, this is not so profitable to mine on Yao network, we will actually give out the rewards back to the other node so that they will actually feel more balanced and have a better reward. And as I mentioned, right, layer 1 and layer 2. So layer 1 is actually to ensure that the compute is there, and layer 2 is to ensure that the smart contract and all the business use case will not interfere with the original protocol. So this, as I mentioned, to explain more, Yao network consists of 8 initial consensus nodes. You look at that, there's only 8 here, all the way to here. And there's only a binary node structure to ensure that one particular node will not monopolize of the whole mining, the whole POS. For example, if you look at how Bitcoin and other, even EOS, most probably all of them are controlled by one big pool. Create a new different shard for every type of contracts, calculation using different resources, and assign them to different shards. And the team there is because when I'm trying to figure out the next step of blockchain protocol, I discovered and I talked to the Yao network and the researchers. There are actually a bunch of researchers working in the university to discover how to grow and scale the network. And this is the way they believe that the network could actually scale blockchain 3.0. We are using multi-layer FPOS mechanism, so multi-layer efficient proof of stake. We are also using multi-computing to ensure that this network will continue to grow. We are going to support execution engine using intelligent smart contracts based on EVM, WebAssembly, JVM, and TD-based computing environment. And of course, primary chain. We gradually will optimize the chain network that will form a main chain, plus a number of specialized nodes that will actually help the computing task based on the specialized domain. Self-governance, I think this part is actually similar to other community. Unlike Bitcoin Ethereum, which requires community to management to maintain it, Yao communities offer a better solution. Power of PO, proof of work or proof of stake. I think Bitcoin just hit a record high computing power. So anybody who doesn't have money to actually invest into the infrastructure will actually get the less return. So we wanted to ensure by using community more than the mining power itself to
videos from partner advertisers. And we're placing those videos inside lines of text via special demarcation, which you can see there with a little highlight. So then the power is in the user's hands. They come to a website and they can decide if they want to earn a token, if they want to watch a video, or if they want to pass. For the first time ever now, the choice is in the user's hands. You're not going to see an advertisement that you don't want to see. And as you hold, you earn Vidcoin, which is the creation of the currency of Vidi. So as you're playing the video, you're earning. And the third step is engaging with the product. If you're interested in on a second dimension, you can swipe up. You can make a purchase on the spot. You can see more information. You can make a reservation. You can see a longer form video. Sometimes videos are used by publishers as discovery points for selling their own pre-roll. So this really is a new revenue stream and a new product for publishers in a bit of a dying industry, but one that's very resilient, that offers now a new way to engage with these beloved sites. Traditional product. And now the next step will be to introduce Vidcoin so that users can earn, not just Vidi earns on our ads. So the obvious benefits to publishers for the product include increased session time, because now you have more entry points for video, a better user engagement, and most importantly, more money. Fighting over real estate, fighting over pixels at the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen, fighting over different placements in the waterfall for banner ads. We completely circumvent that. We don't fight with anyone because we've opened up a brand new dimension of available video ad inventory that never existed before. So to a publisher, it's a no-brainer. They're going to make money with Vidi that they didn't otherwise have the opportunity to make before. And that's our in. This is how we build our platform, get our audience, and ultimately this will be the jumping off point for Vidcoin and why it can become such a massive, massive currency in the hands of millions of people. So as a traditional ad company with a blockchain component, we obviously are making revenue on a daily basis through multiple ad units. The first is pre-roll, the second is our signature advertisement, the third is post-roll. And these ads will appear in text. 2 minutes to integrate. It's 1 kilobyte, so it's literally air on the page, does not slow down any calls or queries. And it's that easy for a publisher to now vidify their website and make this new money and offer this new experience. And alongside our SDK, which we give to publishers, a dashboard comes along with it that we built. It's a full service, full suite dashboard, allows for turnkey video. So it helps publishers to source, crop, convert, host, and ultimately serve up video in a very, very easy way. And we save a lot of costs for publishers. If you can imagine, to be able to host video and crop it and just serve it up in itself takes a massive team, great deal of resources, a lot of money. And so Vidi really is stepping in with innovative technology and saying, well, you get all this turnkey by integrating our SDK. Protecting the product, we had a choice. We can make it centralized, just like every other ad network does, or we can make it decentralized, which is of course idyllic in the current day and age, but one that we're very quickly moving forward towards. And we've architected a process and more importantly, an entire system that can achieve this within the next year. And this is how it works. Rather than having everything on the blockchain, what we do is we make a hash of each body of text and a hash of each video from a partner advertiser. And then we have Vidi miners who are rewarded and compensated in Bitcoin verify the match of both hashes. And I hold, I'll earn X amount. But if you stake Bitcoin on a different tier basis, you'll earn 2x, 3x, 4x, up to 5x on every single advertisement that you hold on, which is not an insignificant amount of cash for watching a video. So this is an incentive for people to buy video. What it looks like to be a Vidi user, this is forthcoming very soon, so you guys are seeing a little bit of an advanced product.